All right, let's jump right in. We all kind of know we should be moving more, right? But let's be honest, our lives have us stuck in chairs more often than not. So today we're going to break down 3 super simple, science-backed ways you can start fighting back against that sedentary life. And the best part? You absolutely don't need a gym for any of this.
You've probably heard this one before, and wow, it's a heavy one. But it really frames the problem perfectly, doesn't it? It's not just about being lazy. It's about a serious health risk that's become a normal part of our day. It really puts the urgency of this whole thing front and center.
And this is just how big that problem is. 9 to 12 hours. That's how long most adults in the US are sitting down. Every single day. I mean, think about that. That's more time than a lot of us even sleep. When you see a number like that, it's a real wake-up call.
Okay, but here's where we pivot to the good news. Because we all think the answer has to be some grueling hour-long workout. But what if it's not? What if the real secret is just transforming the little movements you're already doing all day long? It all comes down to what scientists call NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's a fancy term for all the calories you burn just, living your life, outside of formal exercise. And trust me, it is incredibly powerful. So, our first strategy, this one is a game changer. It's all about taking one of the simplest things we do, standing up, and turning it from a non-event into a real metabolism-boosting activity. So here's the key idea. There's a big difference between just passively standing there and what researchers call active standing. You see, just sitting quietly is what they call 1-MET. It's like the baseline for energy use. But that simple motion of going from sit to stand, that requires more than double the energy. It's in that transition, that little bit of effort, that the magic really happens. And check this out. A study found that if you just do 10 of those little sit-to-stand moves over a 10-minute period, you burn a whopping 32% more energy than if you just sat there for those same 10 minutes. I mean, 32%. For something that takes almost no effort at all, that's a huge return on your investment.
And here's exactly how you do it. It is so simple. For 10 minutes, just stand up once a minute and then sit right back down. You don't even have to stay standing. The benefit is all in that up and down movement. I mean, anybody can do this during a Zoom call or while you're reading emails. It's that easy.
All right, so we've seen how powerful one tiny movement can be. Now let's talk about a super simple rule you can use to break up those long, dangerous stretches of sitting that just wreak havoc on our bodies. Here it is, the 3 for 30 rule. It's so easy to remember, right? Just set a timer on your phone. Every time 30 minutes of sitting goes by, it's your cue. Get up, move for just 3 minutes. That simple little habit is enough to totally disrupt all the negative stuff that happens when you sit for too long. And you want to see the proof? Look at this chart. That big bar on the left, that's what happens to your blood sugar and insulin when you just sit there. Not great, but look at those 2 smaller bars next to it. That's what happens when you take just a 3-minute break for a light walk or some simple moves. The difference is it's incredible. You're basically helping your body use its fuel so much better with a tiny interruption. And what kind of moves are we talking about? Nothing complicated, no special clothes or equipment needed. You can do all of these right at your desk. Little half squats, some heel raises while you wait for the kettle, even just marching in place. These things get your biggest muscles firing and start soaking up all that extra sugar in your blood. Okay, strategy 3. We've talked about breaking up our sitting. Now let's talk about improving something we all do every day, walking. But we're going to look at it in a whole new way. Specifically, how the speed at which you walk can tell you a ton about your overall health.
This is so fascinating. Scientists are now calling our walking speed or gait speed a functional vital sign. Seriously, right up there with things like blood pressure or your heart rate. And why? Because to walk, your heart, your lungs, your muscles, your nervous system, everything has to work together. So how fast you naturally walk is a really great snapshot of how well your entire body is running.
And the data here is just crystal clear. For older adults, researchers have found these clear tipping points. If you're consistently walking slower than about 1.3 miles per hour, that can actually be a red flag for your health. But on the flip side, if your normal pace is quicker than 2.2 miles per hour, that is a fantastic sign that you are on track for healthier aging and a longer life. It's a great target to have in mind. And the payoff for just picking up the pace a little bit is huge. I mean, just look at this. Walking at a brisk pace, over 3 miles an hour, is linked to a 50% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. 50%. That is absolutely massive. The takeaway here is so simple.
A faster walk is a healthier walk.
So, after all this, what's the big picture? It's really not about finding an extra hour in your day for the gym. It's about a total mindset shift. It's about starting to see your entire day as an opportunity for movement.
So here you have it, your new anti-sedentary toolkit. 3 simple, powerful strategies. You can use active standing anytime you're on the phone. You can set that recurring timer for the 3 for 30 rule. And you can make a conscious choice to turn every walk to the car, to the kitchen, into a brisk walk. These aren't big, scary changes. They're tiny habits that add up to a huge impact.
And look, if you ever think, oh, this little bit of movement doesn't matter, I want you to remember this. The old advice that you needed to exercise for at least 10 minutes at a time, that's gone. The science now shows us that literally any amount of activity, no matter how short, gives you benefits. So please, never think it's not worth it. Every single step, every stand-up, it all counts.
So, as we finish up here, I've got one last question for you. You've been sitting here with me for the past few minutes listening to this. You've got the toolkit now. You've seen the science. So, what's your next move?